Yolett McPhee-McCuin is affectionately known as Coach Yo, and she's beginning her 8th year as the head coach at Ole Miss. In 2024, Coach Yo assumed the reins again of the Bahamian women's national team after previously holding that title from 2004 to 2017. I just confessed to Coach Yo that I joined the USA Basketball Board of Directors last year, so I will primarily cheer for USA Basketball, but secondarily for the Bahamian national team as she looks to lead her home country in earning a spot in the 2028 Summer Olympics. Coach Yo is the first woman from the Bahamas to sign a Division I letter of intent to play basketball and is the first Bahamian woman to serve as a head coach at the Division I level. While not on the court, Yolett is a highly requested speaker and philanthropist. Ask her what she's done this summer. I just had that conversation. She's heavily involved in the community through her No Ceilings with Coach Yo Foundation. The nonprofit works to provide support for women and children through basketball clinics and educational initiatives in both the United States and in the Bahamas. Welcome Coach Yo to the podium.
All right, I think it's still morning, so good morning, everyone. Cannot believe this is my 8th year. I was just saying that I'm one of the old heads in the league now. But I'm incredibly grateful to be a part of the Southeastern Conference. Every day I wake up, I'm excited to be the head coach at Ole Miss. Looking forward to another great season for our league and also, for us in Oxford. So pretty much gonna just open it up for questions and we can kind of just go from there.
Thank you, Coach Yo. If you have a question, raise your hand. Emma or Kelly will get you a microphone. We'll start in the back over here on our left. Coach, Patrick?
Coach Yo, I haven't had a chance to meet you, but have watched and been a fan from afar. You just said year 8. From year 1 to year 8, how have you grown as a coach, and what would you say your mindset approach is now with all you've experienced thus far?
Well, I want to say I meet a lot of cool people, but I'm fangirling right now because I'm a fan of yours as well. And so I'm really humbled to be in your presence. But as far as I'm concerned, this journey has been a long one. It was funny that you asked that because on the way here from the airport, I was telling my players that are here seeing the program where it is now, that I used to hate coming to SEC Media Day because they would put my name and then my record. And my record would be 1-15, 0-16 in the beginning years, and it was embarrassing. And I would always say, why don't they just focus on this year? Right now I'm undefeated. And so, I stand here with great pride in saying that I'm undefeated right now, but the journey has been one of ebbs and flows. On a serious note, it has grew me up. This league is not for the weak. They take no mercy on you, so I don't remember anybody feeling bad by beating me by 60 and 50 points when I first started. And it gives me great pride now that our program is where it is, and we're looking forward to continue to grow. As far as personally, just growing spiritually, sometimes you got to get knocked down, and I got knocked pretty good, so just leaning on my faith and my belief in Christ and just running with it.
Okay, we'll go here in the center section, about in the middle.
Hey, Coach. Wilson Jackson with the non-basketball. We've talked
Yes.
before. You lose 2 key players like a KK Deans and a Madison Scott, but you get, 9 newcomers to the team. I mean, you could just go down the list, with the players that you have. I just wanted to ask, how do you replace them, and, what are your biggest expectations for the newcomers coming into this program?
Yeah, at Ole Miss, we don't really replace. We kind of try to reload. We lost Shakira Austin, and everyone said, how do we replace her? The next year, we go to the Sweet 16. Madison Scott and KK Deans. And I mean, we graduated 6 players, and they're all right now playing professionally. Our focus was just reloading with what we felt like we needed. With the return of Sirachinu still being on the team, Christine Iwala, we felt like we had 2 core starters, and we wanted to build around that. And I thought with the help of my administration, we were able to put, I guess people say, the number 2 portal class in place, and just looking forward to seeing how we mesh.
Follow-up, you mentioned Sirachino.
Yeah.
What is the next step in her development coming into her sophomore season?
Well, she's no longer a freshman, and I don't know if you, freshmen don't even know how to practice. So she knows how to practice. She walked in the conditioning test this year and passed it on the first try. Last year, we had to drag her across the line. So there's a level of maturation you have after going through the gauntlet of the Southeastern Conference for a year. Looking for her to just continue to develop. I think Sierra has a chance to be one of the best players in the SEC when this is all said and done. Maybe not this year, but for her whole career. I'm really excited about her growth, and her body looks great, and she's just experienced, and that goes a long way.
Coach, we'll go over here to our right.
Ethan Westerman, Whole Hog Sports. You said the SEC is not for the weak. What did those first couple years at the job, what did you learn about yourself and have to grow in to set yourself up for what's come after that?
Man, I would have to write a book. It took me to my knees plenty times, that's for certain. But just the league is just so full of talent. People were up in arms that the media picked us 6. And then I looked at who they had ahead of us, and that is how good our league is. And we had a team that finished 9th that lost in the Sweet 16 last year. You know what I'm saying? So, the league is just so talented. You pretty much have to be ready for a fight every single night. For me and in this group, it's all about figuring out how to sustain throughout the course of the season, the ups and the downs, and just continuing to be competitive. And if it's anything that has taught me, is not to get too high or not to get too low, just stay even-keeled.
We'll go straight in front of the podium, about 4 rows back.
Hey, Coach. Carlos Garcia, 16 WAPT. Your word of the year is give this year.
Mm-hmm.
What's the significance behind that message, and what are you telling your team so they can execute on that word of the year this season?
Yeah, that came to me. Usually I kind of let it manifest naturally, and I did with this word this year. Last year was joy, and I felt like we needed that. But this year, as we look at the landscape of athletics right now, a lot of people alluded to the pros. That is not my opinion. While we want to be pro-prep, these are still young people, and they're students, and they go to class, and they cry, and they learn, and they have shortcomings, and I'm here to mentor them. This is not the pros. We have some aspects of it, and they receive a lot. And so it just came to me like this year that the focus needs to be, I think real leaders give. Real leaders are servants. And they have to want to give because they always receive. And I don't think that the world is just set up for that. And I don't want any student athlete to leave Ole Miss thinking that they're just going to receive without giving. And so that word means, in the larger frame, as people to embrace the attitude of giving, but also giving their 100% in the classroom, giving their 100% on the court, giving to each other as they fight every day to accomplish one goal.
Coach, we'll go right straight in front of us. AP?
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
AP Stedham, AP as we see it. Coach, what was the lure for McMahon of Ohio State to come to Oxford, Mississippi and play for you?
Yeah, with Cody, that was probably one of my easiest recruiting experiences that I've ever had, and very unusual. Got on the phone with her, and I said, listen, this can go one or two ways. You can either go somewhere else, or you can come here, and we can both do something special with each other. And I said, I think there's a benefit that both of us can have. If you don't want that, then this is not the place for you. I think a month later, she got, or maybe 2 weeks later, got on campus, walked around, and she said, "Coach, I'm coming." I mean, it was really that. Actually, she committed before she came on the visit. And I said, "Nah, you need to come see this first, because I don't need you changing your mind." And so she came, walked around maybe for 5-6 hours, and said all classrooms look the same. Just show me the gym and the weight room, and that was it. And if I can have if I can get every All-American to just come and treat me as such, I will be in for a good ride. But it was very seamless. She was looking for something different. She's a graduate of Ohio State, so she has fulfilled her obligation there, and I thought we were just a great match for each other.
Coach, we'll take one final one back to our right.
Caroline Dardo, Newswatch. After the 50 years have closed, how are you looking to shape the next 50 years in encapsulating the culture of Ole Miss with these new transfers?
Yeah, you'd have to talk to Keith to see if I have another 50 in me. But, I just try to live in the present and try to make our alums proud. We constantly have them come on campus. I don't take for granted the fact that I have full access to Carol Ross and Van Chancellor. And, I mean, they hit me all the time. Peggy Gillum is always there, Arminty Price Harrington. I have an alum on my staff, and so several. So for me, I just want to make the people that laid the foundation years before I even came to Ole Miss proud, and then I want to make the people that believed in me and gave me a chance proud. There is not a day I don't wake up and I am not grateful to be the head coach at Ole Miss. This is just not something that I just do off the whim. I am completely grateful and proud, and every day I try to show that with joy when I come to work.
Coach Yo, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.